let's talk about soft hands in blackjack. This is going to be probably the most difficult part of memorizing basic strategy for you. So I suggest that you rewatch and practice on these particular soft hand videos over and over and over again until it becomes very, very simple for you to recite. The reason is that this is where I see most people get things completely wrong, and it can really affect your chances of increasing your odds of winning against the house, against the dealer. First two easy ones to start with when it comes to soft hands. Now remember, a soft hand is when any of your first two cards that you're dealt in your hand include an ace. The only one that wouldn't be necessarily referred to as a soft hand is a blackjack. You could refer to it as a soft 11, but there would be not really any reason because you've already won your hand. So that's a blackjack. But any other combination of your first two hands that includes an ace, we refer to it as a soft hand. This could be considered either a 10 or a 20. Now, in any case, regardless of what the dealer's holding, if you're dealt a soft 20, you always want to stay there. A 20 is already an exceptionally good hand. Take the probable win that you're about to earn and enjoy it. So stay on soft 20. Same rule applies on soft 19. Always stay on soft 19. There's only one reason you would ever do anything different with a soft 19, and that's when a dealer has a 6, a notoriously bad card for the dealer to hold. Great for you to be up against because your chances of winning against the 6 are extremely high because the dealer has to draw cards to at least 17, meaning they're going to have to potentially, in most cases, draw 2 cards, which gives them a higher chance of busting, going over 21. So here is a good chance for you to take advantage of the cards you're dealt and double. The only time you would double on a soft 19 is against a dealer's 6. You'd be given 1 card and double the chance to beat the dealer's hand, doubling your win. But remember, when it comes to soft hands, always stay on a soft 20 and always stay on a soft 19 unless the dealer has a 6, then double. Okay, let's move on to the next soft hand to talk about. This is probably the most misplayed hand in blackjack. This is a soft 18. Ace equals 1 or 11, so this could be called an 8 or an 18, but we refer to it as a soft 18. We would also call this hand the same thing in this particular instance. Now, most misplayed hand, probably because an 18 is actually quite a good hand to hold. So most people think, oh, regardless of what the dealer has, I'm just going to stay and keep my 18 because it's a pretty good hand. Now, that may be true, unless the dealer has a 9, a 10, or an ace. Now, on a soft 18, we actually want to hit if the dealer has one of these cards, a 9, a 10, or an ace. The reason being is that we still have more chances to actually beat the dealer or match the dealer and get higher than an 18. And so in that instance, we do want to hit and try to actually win our hand. Because if the dealer is holding one of these, the chances are that we're going to lose our hand. And we do have a bit of a free shot here because if we hit and pull a 10, it's still an 18, which means we can kind of stay there. And we probably will still lose, but at least we gave it a shot. But if we hit and we pull one of those smaller cards, then potentially we've saved ourselves from losing against the dealer's hand here. So when we have a soft 18, we do always stay unless the dealer has a 9, 10, or ace, and we hit. Same here, would be doing the exact same thing. This is an 8 or an 18, and so if the dealer has a 9, a 10, or an ace, we do want to hit this and try our chances of improving our hand here. Now, a soft 18 is a really nice position for us to be in, and in some instances, it can be a very, very good opportunity for you to double. Now, in a lot of casinos, you can't double on an 8, So for example, here in Australia where I am currently, you actually can't double on an 8, so you would just follow the normal rules of staying unless the dealer has a 9, 10 or ace, then you hit. But if you're in a place that allows you to actually double on a hand like this, you do want to take advantage of quite a good hand there and actually double if the dealer has anything 6 or under. We'd want to double on this hand and take advantage of the fact that it's quite a good hand to increase our advantage, chances of winning more money. So the rule with a soft 18 is always stay. Unless the dealer's holding a 9, a 10 or an ace, then we want to hit. If the dealer's holding 6 or under, we do want to double. Okay, let's talk about probably the second most misplayed hand in blackjack, which is a soft 17. Now most people get confused with this one, I find, because 17 is a bit of a magic number in blackjack. We're always focused on trying to get to 17 in a lot of cases, so we do often see this and think that's a great hand. It's really not. It's a great opportunity, this hand. The reason being is that it can also be considered a 7, which is not a bad place to start and to try to improve your hand or potentially your winnings. So let me explain that. If you're starting off with a 7, well, the worst you could probably possibly do in this instance statistically is hit on it and get a picture, and that will take you to a 17. Now, of course, if you do hit on it and get a low card that's not favorable for you, then you might find yourself with a hand that's not that great. But that's okay. The point is that you actually have a free shot to sort of improve your hand, which you always really want to be trying to do, gaining the advantage. So the one thing to remember when it comes to soft 17 is always hit on it. You don't ever want to leave a soft 17 and not do anything to it, because essentially it's actually a 7, and that's the way to think of it. This isn't really a 17, it's a 7. And I think it's wrong that we refer to it as a soft 17. I think we should actually just call it a 7. So we always want to hit on this particular hand. Now, there is a chance to gain even more an advantage on this. Again, most casinos will probably not let you double on a 7. Most casinos, I do find, only let you double on 9, 10s or 11s. This is a 7. But if you do find yourself playing at casinos that do allow you to double on anything else, it is actually a good hand to double on if the dealer's holding 6, 5, 4 or 3. These are notoriously bad cards for the dealer to hold from their position. Great cards for you to go up against the dealer holding. And so it's a really nice chance for you to double on a soft 17 if the dealer has 6, 5, 4 or 3. You want to give yourself a chance of doubling and beating the dealer, and most importantly, potentially winning double your money. So the rule with soft 17 is this: always hit on it. And if you can double against a 6, 5, 4 or 3, do it. Okay, let's talk about the next hands in the soft hand totals. So here we have a soft 15 and a soft 16. Pretty simple. Always hit these. They're really not great hands if you're considering them 15 and 16. They become a little bit more easy to deal with when you hit on them, because if you get a high card, well, you haven't really ruined your chances and they've kind of stuck very similar to what you started with. But if you get a low card, you might find yourself ending up with a pretty decent hand. So you want to always hit on a soft 15 or a soft 16. There is a chance to also gain more of an advantage, and that is if the dealer has a 6, a 5 or a 4. On these, you actually want to double. Again, a lot of casinos don't allow you to double on these particular hands, but if you can, and the dealer holds a 6, 5 or 4, you do want to double on a soft 16 and a soft 15, giving yourself really high chances to win. So just to recap, on a soft 16 and a soft 15, always hit. Unless the dealer has a 6, 5 or 4, then double. Okay, that brings us to the last of our hands in the soft total hands. This is where we start talking about a soft 14 and a soft 13. These two ones are pretty easy to remember again. They're not great hands to start with, and so you want to actually try to improve them if you can. So we always hit on a soft 13 or a soft 14. If the casino that you're playing in allows, double these hands if the dealer has a 5 or a 6 to try to increase your chances of winning. So the rule is, with a soft 14 or a soft 13, always hit, double if the dealer has a 5 or a 6.